Hey, it is Luke Charlton here, and welcome back to the 15-Minute Client Podcast. Very excited to have you here on this beautiful Thursday morning. And in today's podcast, I am going to tell you how I'm going to go through a client case study story about how she's a client. She's running a very successful organic strategy through her Facebook group, but it's actually costing her hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, how does that even make sense? A successful organic strategy costing her hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm going to explain why. Just before I do, crazy story, about 10 minutes ago, literally like sitting here right at my desk. Right, so behind this phone here is my monitor. And I've got another monitor over here to my right. So I'm just sitting here typing away, blah, blah, blah. And then I see this thing out of the corner of my eye, like going across the other top of the monitor screen. I look over and there's a snake. I kid you not, there's a snake crawling across the top of my monitor. Maybe I'll chuck it in the Facebook group and everyone can have a look. It's pretty crazy. So I had to, I picked it up by the tail and then it kind of turned around and I assumed it was trying to bite me. So I kind of threw it on the ground and then used a pen to flick it outside. So it was just a baby one, but even still, yeah, pretty crazy. Never had that before. So anyway, welcome to Australia. With that being said, let's get stuck into today's podcast because it's a very valuable lesson on, again, why I recommend paid ads. Now, a lot of gurus say, like, you don't want to do paid ads in the beginning because, you got to pay for it and it's harder to convert cold traffic. And that is true. You've got to pay for it. And that is true. Your marketing message has to be on point to convert cold traffic, right? You have to have a good marketing and sales process. However, the benefit of paid advertising is it's much faster to find out what does and what doesn't work with your message, right? So it's much faster to refine your message and get it converting versus organic traffic where you're putting out offers, you're doing all this content, you're not getting much response. Is it anything like, is it because my Facebook group is dead, or is it because where I'm posting, people are just not paying attention? Is it my message? I don't really know. So it leaves you that's again why I don't like organic, because it leaves you kind of trying to figure out like you're blindfolded in the dark trying to figure out your message, where the great thing with paid ads is it shows you your numbers and you can work out very quickly what part of your funnel is breaking down and what needs to be fixed. So anyway, my client is running a very successful campaign out of her Facebook group. So she helps women to repair their marriage, okay? Now, so what she did, she came to me, she said, Luke, can you please help me to scale my advertising campaign? So she already had kind of something going, but not really. So she came to me to fix that and scale it. And so I said, look, what we're going to do is we're just going to take, so just as an FYI, she's been putting posts in her Facebook group, which has a lot of women in it. And those posts get a great response. They go to a page that has a video, about a 10-minute video, to then book a spot in her calendar. So she's been getting a lot of clients that way, to the point of, I think they had it up to like $70,000 a month. So she scaled it pretty well. And so I said, okay, cool. So what I'm gonna do in the first instance, I'm just gonna take your proven message, because that's working, right? So let's just take that and we'll put that in an advertising campaign. So that's exactly what I did. I took her best post that she put in her Facebook group, and I took the funnel that has the most had the most appointments. We launched that, and her appointment cost was $180, which, if you didn't know, in this space is very expensive. So I've got other clients in this space, they're getting appointments for about $50 or so, right? Now, here's the lesson of today's podcast. Again, using her organic strategy, she didn't think anything was wrong with her strategy. Of course, she's getting to 70K, but as soon as I put it in an advertising campaign and said the appointment costs are $180 each, I know that her marketing message is not as good as it could be, right? And this is where organic is quite hard to find out, to discover that, right? This is a great thing about ads. It shows you your numbers. So unbeknownst to her, because she was doing an organic strategy, she was actually losing a lot of money. She should actually be getting more than 3 times the amount of appointments, right? So if she had a better messaging in her post and a better landing page with a better VSL, right? She should have actually been getting 3 times the amount of appointments, right? So as I said, using paid ads, it was $180. But it should be down to $50, right? So it should be doing, what does 50 goes into 180 almost 4 times, right? So that's why I said a little bit more than 3 times. So anyway, so unbeknownst to her, if she had a message on point and a VSL on point, she could have actually been generating maybe 150K to 200K per month with her ads, because again, she was sending people to a VSL that worked okay with organic traffic, but just did not work well with cold. And again, what that tells me is that the message is not refined enough. So this is the downside of organic. It really masks the weaknesses of your marketing message. Like, yes, you can get clients for free, but you got to do a lot of work for that. And again, this is why I love paid advertising, is you just find out what works. So anyway, what I'm doing with her now is we're taking that VSL, because I think it's too long. She kind of goes on a little bit too long about that. I've given her a script to shorten that down to about 2 to 3 minutes. I've written an ad for her that's a lot shorter than her current winning post. That's a similar style to the ones that I'm using with my other clients in the same space of the marriage help space. And that should bring her appointments down to around $50, right? And now when we take that message and we put it in a Facebook group, now she's going to get, provided it converts, obviously, but I'm confident it will, because as I said, I'm doing the same thing with other clients. Anyway, but now we take that message and we put it in her Facebook group. Now it's going to even convert even better. She's going to get more appointments from her Facebook group, because now her message is much more refined. Does that make sense? So again, this is why I recommend paid ads. It just allows you to find out what isn't working with your message. Do you have to pay? Yes, you have to pay. $30 a day is all it takes in the beginning. If you can spend $50 a day, great. The only benefit of spending more is you can just test a little bit faster, that's all. But yeah, you can start at about $30 per day to test your advertising, which I think is a great, it's dirt cheap for getting automated leads and finding out what isn't working with your message, so you can actually get to your whatever 20, 30K a month revenue level and beyond a lot faster. And that's the great thing about ads, you can scale them as well. Okay, so with that being said, if you want help creating creating a system that turns paid advertising into high paying clients, is what we help you with, okay, with my 15-minute client system. I have a done for you program where we do it, as I said, we do it for you. We book appointments for you and we guarantee the appointments and revenue. And we also have a done with you one-on-one consulting, not a group program. So it's one-on-one consulting. We work directly with you and you get access to me and my team. So it's very hands-on. And that one we also guarantee revenue as well. Okay, so if you're interested in us helping you grow your coaching business, getting more appointments and clients, go to apply.lukeCharlton.com, and we'll just have a quick chat to see if we can help in the first instance. And then if we can, we will invite you to a second call. We'll map out the whole strategy for you to show you exactly how we can help grow your business, get you more appointments and clients. Okay, so that being said, go to apply.lukeCharlton.com and I'll see you in the next